Hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. I think I made it on the buzzer 2 minutes before midnight. Yeah. So, interesting day today. If you noticed my post from earlier this morning, you saw that I had a doctor's appointment, and I had they. It's such a long story, but I'll shrink it. I'll share my story soon, like health story, what's going on. But not that anything is going on, but there's a few things that we're checking for. But so this capsule, I swallowed this camera capsule, and it's still inside me taking pictures. Incredible. This stuff is incredible. I digress, but I thought that was just amazing. And I had to go back at 4:30 and have them take the equipment off me. And just an interesting day. And so, anyway, I digress. And then I had I had a couple items for sale. Somebody hit me up like at 10 o'clock and said, "Hey, is that still available? I can be there like in half an hour." What? A little awkward, right? So anyway, they came by and they bought it. So cool. So that's why I'm a little late. I've been trying to go earlier, and I'm gonna scale that back even more. But so I made it on the buzzer. So tonight's live. Let's get into it. Enough with my day. Well, I guess that's only interesting for me, maybe. But but some of you did send me chats and texts, even asking me, "Hey, what's going on with this thing? Are you okay?" So thank you for that. And you got some. What I got to tell you is this: by tomorrow, I promise I will return all the messages. Some of you have been waiting for me. You've sent me messages a couple days ago, 3-4 days ago, and I haven't responded. I've been really busy, but I promise you by tomorrow night I will respond to everybody. So now tonight's live. Let's get into it. So have you ever had anybody like criticize you? All right. Not approve of what you're doing. Maybe even make fun of you for what you're doing. Have you ever had anybody like that, ever? Or is it just me? I'm pretty sure we've all had that, right? We've all had somebody who's criticized us and not approved, if you would, of what we do, right? Now, here's an exercise that you can do by Marcus Aurelius. Now, Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, wrote he didn't write it, but the book that he has out, his journals turned to be a book, and that's called The Meditations. I talk about that all the time, one of the favorites. So great book if you want to pick it up. So anyway, Marcus Aurelius says, think about, my notes are on this side, that's why I'm looking on this side. Think about this person. Think about what they just submitted to think about. Okay, so what it's saying is that this person that criticized you, this person that is not approving of what you do, right? This person, yo, money, what's happening? So he says to think about this person. Think about what they just submitted, right? Think about who they are. Think about what they are addicted to. Think about what they have ever accomplished. Be money. And what you probably realize, most likely you realize, is that this person whose opinion you were about to let supersede your own evaluation of yourself and your work is actually worse than meaningless. Think about it. Okay? Their opinion, somebody's opinion that you were just about to let take over you, if you really think about it and dig into it, you'll see that it's honestly even not worthless, but it's like worse than meaningless. They're like the opposite of who you're trying to be. Think about that. Think about that. People who don't approve what you're doing. Think about those people. Think about the people who don't agree with what you're doing. They don't agree with what you're doing, right? That's because they're opposite of who you're trying to be, right? So it's good that they don't like what you're doing. It's actually a good thing. You know why? Because you don't need and you don't want their approval. Focus on what you think. Focus on who you want to be. Your principles, your values. We've talked about this so many times. As he says, Marcus Aurelius says, this is such a powerful line, okay? This is probably one of my favorite takeaways, okay? He says, we love ourselves more than other people, but for some strange reason, we care about other people's opinions more than our own. Did you get that? That's so powerful. We love ourselves more than anybody. We love ourselves, right? But we care about other people's opinions more than we care about our own. How trippy is that, right? Now you got to focus on who you are, on your internal scorecard, on your sense of self. Why would you focus on somebody else's opinion on your self of self? You know, that doesn't even make any like sense. It's not their self, it's yourself, right? That's who you measure yourself against, not the nonsense of other people. Why would you measure yourself against the crap other people try to feed you? Look, we talked about it. You don't even like most of these people, you know? You don't like most of these people if you really dig deep. You most likely don't want to be them. You don't want to live your life the way they do. So if that's really the case, why would you focus on their opinion? Their opinion obviously works, whatever it may be, works for them in their life, right? So that's who you want to measure yourself against, yourself, not the nonsense of other people, not the worthless opinions of those people who, like we talked about, quite frankly, you don't even like respect anyway, right? So big thought here is that we're going to get criticized, we're going to get shut down, put down, opinionated, disapproved, all this stuff. And some of this stuff may come from closest people to you, right? I've shared about this before in my past. My parents didn't even talk to me for 4 months when I decided to pick up this side gig, right? They're like, what? You're going to do what? that's not how I want to live my life, right? I would, I would, it's not that I don't care about their opinions or their thoughts. It's not that I don't care. It's that I don't give it much weight because it doesn't work in my formula. It doesn't work in my journey. It doesn't work for my purpose. Does that make sense? It just doesn't work for me. Right? So having all that focus, energy, all that on other people's opinions, it's crazy. It's insanity. It's nuts. Why would you do that, right? Why would that be the focal point? Now, you can take somebody's opinion, maybe because you value it, kind of just marinate it, let it see, okay, does it work for you? Does it not work for you? Does it go against your principles, your values? Does it work for you? And then you can either use it or get rid of it. That's different than letting any opinion, any garbage opinion, any crap opinion, right, run your life. You don't want that, right? So, thought of the day is this. Let Marcus Aurelius way, handle your disapprovals and criticisms, you know. Think about the person. Think about that person that just criticized you. Do you really even like them? Do you respect them? Do you want to be living like them? Do you want to have what they have? Do you want to live like they live? Do you want, you know what I mean? You don't want any of that. Most of the time, that's not even the person you want to be. But then we let those opinions come in. It's like, if you don't like somebody, why would you let their opinions come in? Think about that. You wouldn't let them come in, so why would you let their opinions come in? If you don't like somebody, you don't invite them to your party. If you don't like somebody, you don't have them come. Right? So why would you, if you don't like somebody, why would you let their opinions and ideas and thoughts run you? Don't do it. Focus on you. Focus on your values, your morals, your principles, what you're up about. That powerful sentence, you know, we love ourselves more than anybody else. But for some strange reason, we care about other people's opinions more than our own. Think about that sentence. I like to know your opinion. Your opinion. You like that? I like to know your opinion. I like to know your opinion. See, that's welcoming to your opinion. Some people just give their opinion to you when you don't really even want it. You never asked for it. You don't want it, but they just like shove it in your face, right? I'm asking for it. I like your opinions. I like your feedbacks. I like the variety of answers and thoughts that we get, that we work with, right? Because that opens up so many channels of communication, which is really awesome, right? So hopefully you got some love, some, let's call it motivation, right? Let's call it some love, some inspiration, some motivation, something out of this that gets you like thinking, they're like, oh, I gotta stop letting other people's thoughts and opinions get in my head, right? So I'd love to know your thoughts, your feedback. If you love this, if you appreciated it, you thought you got some value out of this, you want to share this, tag a couple people to this, or share it on your wall. Do what you got to do. Spread the love. You feel me? And don't forget to drop your thoughts and your feedback below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And remember, if you share, you show that you care. Until tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Much love.